I didn't know what twerking was.
Pop that ass like a kangaroo.
I didn't know what twerking was.
Pop that ass like a kangaroo.
I didn't know what
Pop
twerking
that ass
was.
like a kangaroo. Tick, 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 tick.
I didn't know what twerking was.
Pop that ass like a kangaroo.
I didn't know what twerking
Pop
was.
that ass like a kangaroo.
I didn't know what twerking
Pop that
was.
ass like a kangaroo. Tick, tick, tick.
I didn't know what twerking was.
Let it fall.
If you missed out on Billy's 3-part opus that he put out last night, you are missing out. It was the most hilarious thing. I laughed throughout. The funniest part for me is part 2. Although Billy kind of misfired pretty much throughout the whole situation. This was going to be his 3-part series, 45 minutes plus, where he could go at anybody and everybody, and it was about 85% me, 10% Mark. He shouted Ox twice. He said Tim G's name, and he went at RJ a little bit. He had notes. That was one of the funniest things. You could hear him shuffling notes, and he completely went off the rails. Really, there's part 1, and there's part 1, part 2, and then part 1, part 3. He never gets beyond the original comments that he has. And I'm not going to go through each and every lie. They would love for me to do that. I'm only doing this because I just wanted to point out a couple of the silly things. Probably the most interesting thing that came out of it was he believes that Nez is a character, that all this is comedy, the flat earth stuff, the Bigfoot, her religious belief. He believes all of it is comedy. He thought the Boy Scout video was comedy. There was nothing comedy about that, but he thinks it is. And that's pretty telling. Everything that Nez stands for, Billy thinks is a joke. That's pretty interesting. And then you get this comment here. I have asked Billy and Nez over the years, give me one example where I have taken you out of context, explain it a little bit to where someone other than a koala can understand. I'll address it and apologize if I need to. But they don't. They don't address anything. It's just shouting into a phone. I could not even keep track of the lies that Billy told. But it was still funny. I enjoyed it, Billy. It was hilarious, especially as angry as you get. That is one of the things that I take great comfort in, is that I upset you so much, and I do it with truth. That's the amazing thing. Another thing I wanted to address is this picture right here. Nez says is heavily photoshopped. There is no Photoshop. None. And I think anybody with half a brain knows that. I use this photo not to make fun of Nez. I use it because it's the perfect one to portray her crazed, fixated attitude when it comes to the Illuminati and Bigfoot and all these things that Billy, remember, again, thinks she's making up. He thinks she's joking. He doesn't realize those are her real beliefs. There is nothing photoshopped whatsoever about this picture. And I guess the only other thing I wanted to say was, not there yet. You need to understand what a welfare check is. Not a welfare check, a welfare check. Someone to check on you. Typically older people that might need somebody to check in and make sure they're okay. That was the welfare check I was talking about. But it's okay. I don't expect you to be the brightest bulb.